What's up, guys? Happy Easter. Good morning. Hope y'all doing well. Per usual, we're not going to church today. Even on Easter. Oh, woe to the sinner I am. No, I'll choose to avoid that ritual today. Not because I don't appreciate Jesus or God or the Bible, because I appreciate and love and admire, worship all those things. I just don't care for the ritual of the church. Oh, Easter. Easter. A big day. One of the biggest days for the church. Easter and Christmas. The biggest days in church work. Your church will be filled then. If it's empty every other day of the year, it'll be full on Christmas and Easter. You better polish those offering plates. Oh no, everybody and their brother, literally, come to church on Christmas and Easter. Even the most wickedest people seem to make a point to come to church on those days. Mom, grandma drags them out, or their wives. Oh, I always wondered that, though. It's funny. For people that are godless, you know, you get these especially the occult groups. The occult families, if anyone's going to be at church on Easter, it's going to be the occult families, I'll tell you that. And you know, for a group of people that are so godless, it's funny how devout they are to going to church on Christmas and Easter. Why is that, you think? And I don't exactly know. The only thing I can think of, it balances their karma. They believe. They believe that if they go to church and what's the typical thing that they do on Easter? What is it, the Last Supper or whatever? Don't they do that? They eat the bread or whatnot? Or no, that's what they do on Christmas. But they'll do the resurrection. Everybody comes, they all dress their best, look their best, act their best. You see a lot of people sweating in church on Easter and Christmas. Church could have a brand new AC, brand new air conditioning system. Never see so many people sweating. Oh, no, they want to balance their karma. They know they're going to live their lives horribly. So they want to at least come in on what they think are the most important days for religion, for God, to them. So they eat their cracker, do their motions, and get back to where they were. No, I choose to avoid it. I worship on my own. I think, I pray. You know, Jesus was one of the best examples that we have. I mean, there are others, but he was a really good one. I don't care what people want to say about it, how butthurt they want to be about it. You know, people like to get triggered when you say a word. Jesus! Ah! But yeah, Jesus was one of the best examples for us to see of what it looks like when one is connected to their higher self. He does a very good job of giving us a physical, tangible example. Being crucified and then put in a tomb, rises from the dead, goes and meets some people, right? He met some folks after raising from the dead, and then he ascended to the etheric plane to be with his Father, his self, his higher self. Jesus gives us a perfect example of what it looks like when yourself knows yourself. He even says it. He says it himself, I am. You know why he said that? Because he knew himself. He was that close to the Father, the one. I think another good example from the Easter story is Mary coming to visit. Showing how close and connected women are to the divine. But no, we really don't celebrate. We did an Easter basket. My wife got my boy an Easter basket with some goodies. I think we're going to do our own version of a egg hunt. And then we'll enjoy each other's company. We'll pray. To be honest, guys, I really try not to explain too many religious or spiritual concepts to my son at this age. A lot of people would probably think that now's the time to beat it into his head, but to be honest, it's the worst time to do it. Instead, he sees me. He sees me practice. He likes to hold the sage. I'll burn some sage, walk around the house and do some prayers. Pray for protection and peace. Thank God. Always thank God when you pray. Always show gratitude and thankfulness, even when you make a request. Never make a request without showing gratitude, appreciation, and thankfulness to the Creator. And so we do. We walk around the house. I'll let him hold the little sage or the little stick, little burning stick, and he'll go, "Thank you, God. Thank you, God." And that's about as far as I go with him right now. And that's only because he really showed interest and wanted to do it. I think he just wanted to hold the burning stick. But I take that as a chance to show him some prayer. And the idea is the older he gets, as his brain and his mind develops more, he'll eventually start asking questions. That'll be my sign to teach deeper. But just enough to leave him wanting more. So no, I really don't beat it into my child's head like that. Religion. Ultimately, that is his choice. One cannot force one to ascend. But if anybody had ever wondered that, why are there so many people on Easter and Christmas at church? So many more. And one big reason is because it's, you know, it's like the biggest days of the year for the church. But the other one is those wicked people, especially the ones who practice in them occults, the grand old one with the capital G, they know that they're going to live wicked the rest of the year. So they got to go in on Christmas and Easter and get their little dab of ritual for sure, to try to balance out some of that karma. That's what they're hoping. But we are in a different age. And these people that do that use religion in that way, are going to find out that the balancing doesn't work like it used to anymore. They're going to discover this. Now, they don't realize this now, because it's still pretty early in this process. They think it's going to balance things out for them. They're going to be very surprised when they come to find out that all that karma is still going to get dished out over their head. In fact, the repercussions might come even heavier, because now God sees how many people, I mean, he always saw, but now the times are turning, and karma's getting dished out for all of that manipulation. Oh. But happy Easter.